Oh, it's 11 games left of a 50-year broadcasting career. Mike Shannon is one of the most famous people in our town's history. And this week, we got together for one final time in the KMOX radio booth. That is tonight's Cardinal Buick Sunday Conversation. You've seen it all in terms of great Cardinal teams. If I were to ask you what the best team ever you saw for the Cardinals, would it be your 1967 team?
Well, they'd be pretty good. They were a good team, there's no doubt about that. But I've had players ask me, what's the difference between your team and our team? And I said, Gibson, period, you know. But, you know, Frank, it's so much harder to win nowadays. You know, when we played, you just had to get to the World Series, and then you win 4 games, and Gibson would win 3 of those. We'd just have to figure out how to win one other.
It's coming. Swinging a long one. There it is, baby. The Cardinals take the lead as Albert Pujols comes through in the pitch. And the Redbirds lead this baby 5-4. What'd I tell you, folks?
Everybody talks about Stan, Ozzie, Gibson. What Cardinal do you think gets overlooked?
Well, I'll tell you one guy is Kenny Overfeld. You know, he played, Kenny Reed. So those guys really played well at third base, you know. But when you have a Ken Boyer, you know, it overshadows a guy.
Yeah. You think Boyer should probably be in the Hall of Fame, don't you?
Well, I think so, yeah.
Our friend Jay Randolph used to talk about all the fun you guys would have together. Give me like a night and a day with you and Jay doing games in the racetrack. What would you do?
Well, we'd first go to the ballpark, okay, and then afterwards we'd go out for dinner and have a drink or two, and then we'd get up the next day and try to repeat it. The golf course in the morning, and then a racetrack in the afternoon, and a ballpark at night. It was not a bad gig.
Did you ever get tired?
No. No, I do now with this COVID stuff.
So we know that you really enjoyed hanging out with Jay. I'm wondering, who's your all-time favorite teammate to hang out with? Who did you party with all the time?
Maris.
Why did Maris and you click?
Well, I have no idea. We just clicked, you know. Because I kind of ran interference for him, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, they all wanted to see him instead of me, so it was easy for me. I just say, well, he's busy.
And I've heard you talk about Maris, even though he didn't have like great stats here, he never made a mistake?
No, he didn't. He never threw to the wrong base. In 2 years he was here, you know. And I learned more from him. He told me during the 67 series, he said, oh, don't worry about the right-hander. He said the left-hander is the guy that give us it 2 times. He beat us 3 times in the World Series.
Do you ever think when you watched a quarterback like Jim Hart play that could have been you? Because everybody talks about your throwing arm and what a quarterback you were.
Well, you know, I had the opportunity, and it just wasn't the right time and the right place, okay? And you have to be in this business, okay, at the professional level, you have to be at the right place at the right time. And I had my opportunity, and I took baseball rather than football.
Could you have been an NFL quarterback?
Who knows?
But you could throw it.
Oh, yeah, I could throw it all right.
Yeah. I guess you chose the right sport, though. It's kind of worked out for you.
Well, in the long run, it worked out. No doubt about that. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees.
Swing and a miss. The Cardinals are world champions for 2006.
How about the fact, all the love that's being shown to you? I'm looking at all these pictures, these cards. Every place you go, you're honored. What is this like?
Well, it's like what happens to you after 50 years, basically, you know. And, you know, like people ask me, are you going to retire? I said, hell yeah, 50 years is long enough, man. If you can't screw it up in 50 years, you can't screw it up.
So after all these years coming to the park, either as a player or as a broadcaster, why do you like to still come here?
Well, because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, I've seen 4 home runs in a game. I've seen a no-hitter. I've seen a perfect game. So you just never know what's going to happen when you come out here.
What do you think you're going to do without this job in your life?
Plenty. I'm going to play a lot of golf, and I'm going to do a lot of fishing.
That's a good way to spend your life. I like that, yeah. How do you want to be remembered by Cardinal fans?
Well, you know, the biggest compliment I get is the visually impaired. When they come to the ballpark and they bring a radio, they say, well, the picture's painted for me. And that's the greatest compliment because they can't see what's going on.
How about this too? Do you ever say to yourself, I can't believe the career I just had?
Yeah, sometimes I look at it. And I didn't realize it till about 5 years ago when people started recognizing it.
What do you want somebody to say about you when you walk out of this booth for the final time?
Well, that he enjoyed himself, and I'm pretty sure they say that.
You never stopped enjoying yourself, did you?
Oh, no, I had a good time. I made sure of that.